Put you on my mirror. Start to blush when somebody says your name. And my stomach is a pain. See you walk in my direction, I go the other way. I start to stutter when I speak. Try to stand on my knees, go away. What's happening to me? Anybody, can you tell me what it means? I lay my head on my pillow. He got me staring out the window. We're gonna stop for a sign. That's the reason why. Yeah.
Always on my mind.
Oh,
When you come around, I get shy when I see you.
hey, see you.
When I see you.
Hey, Marlon, you sexy boy.
Never know.
Say what?
Man, what is going on, everybody? What is going on? You know what it is. It's Wade's word of the day. Man, we're so excited and thankful and grateful for each and every one of you who are making your way into the space on this evening. Come on, let's big it up. Yeah, we're definitely thankful and grateful for each and every one of you. So do me a favor. Hey, we're going out live on all of the socials. So make sure that you are tagging, texting, and telling somebody. If you're on YouTube, make sure you hit those hearts and hit those likes, and that you definitely like the program. And simply to do that, get out of the chat, hit the like button, and go back into the chat. If you're over there on the Facebook side, make sure that you're tagging, texting, and telling somebody. Yeah, telling somebody to come on into the space tonight and join us. Hey, and I'm doing all of those things because I'm asking you to do those things as well. So as you do it, go ahead and make sure you share it out on tonight. Hey, it's Wellness Wednesday, so definitely we are excited and grateful to be in the space tonight for that. So hey, come on, let's go ahead and get started, because it's going to be all right.
Yeah. Be alright, be alright. Life is strange, full of pain. Joy and happiness is all the same. But you have to reclaim. Become your best self. Stop tripping off what people say. Don't you know it's gonna be a brighter day, brighter day, brighter day, brighter day. Lift your hands. Do it, y'all. Come on, better, 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 better. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. Better, 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 better.
That's right. Better days are coming. Better days are coming. I see you all making your way into the space tonight. We're so thankful and grateful for each and every one of you. Listen, everything that we do in this space is supporter sponsored. So, hey, we can't keep on doing the work that we're doing if you're not supporting. So, hey, put something on it. Yeah, put something on it. You can put something on it on the Facebook side. Shakira, Lori, and others who are coming into the space. I don't see y'all tagging, texting, and telling anybody on tonight. Tell them to come on into the space. So put some on it. You can see the various ways that you can give or support what we're doing. It's running on the ticker on the bottom. Yeah, go ahead and do that. Facebook, hit them stars and all of that stuff. YouTube, yeah, go ahead and put some on that Cash App and all of that good stuff. And certainly we will appreciate it. We love you so much, and y'all know what we do. We coming in hot.
Wake 'em up. See him still sleeping, so I had to shake 'em up. I kept it too real. I wasn't faking up. My real life was a headline. Your real life got a deadline. My timeline was a hashtag. Your timeline just a hate crime. Coming in hot, feeling like Pop. Back in 94 when he took 5 shots. Too much drive to ride your wave. Ditch my top and I'm off that lot. Black on black on black on black on black on black on black. You don't have to ball a rap to get them racks on racks. Uber poolers trying to catch my vibe and find my way. Yeah, I know I'm ratchet, but I'm really safe. Hot sauce dripping.
Yeah, we are coming in hot. Man, I'm excited tonight. Normally my normal co-host with me, she's feeling a little bit under the weather. So, hey, I can always, invite this gentleman into the space to come and be with us on tonight. So, hey, it's Wellness Wednesday. Let's go ahead and get into it. So help me welcome my special guest on tonight, who's going to be filling in with our normal co-host on this evening, Leanna Winstead. Y'all big her up tonight as well. Let's celebrate her as she is recuperating and all of that good stuff. So y'all make sure y'all send one up for her on tonight. But hey, in her place, hey, I got the Bishop with us tonight, and I'm excited to have him. So y'all show him some love as he comes into the space. Bishop John Selders. Bishop, what's going on?
What up? What up? What up? I feel a little frisky tonight, because I'm rocking with you. So I'm a little old school, on it. But that be the case. Thank y'all. I feel the love already. Look at that. I'm feeling the love. The love is coming through. Thank y'all.
There it is.
And thank you for inviting me to be on.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. I'm thankful, hey, that you joined us. Last minute. I text you and I say, hey, you mind popping in and hanging out with your boy on tonight? And just talk about some things that we talk about when we deal with here on Wellness Wednesday and all of those particular things. Hey, y'all still got a chance to tag this out, share it out with everybody that we certainly would appreciate it. So it's Wellness Wednesday. So tonight, what we want to do, we want to have some conversations as we normally do, because we're really concerned in this space with our mental, with our physical, as well as with our spiritual. And so I asked Bishop to come on tonight to kind of walk us through some of the things, especially, in these moments, right? When it seems like all hell is breaking out everywhere, from all different fronts. We look at what's going on in our world today, and then we look at what's happening even in our own spaces, right, in our neighborhoods, right there on our block, right there in our community. Things happen that almost kind of make you want to lose your mind. But hey, we believe that if we continue to strengthen ourselves mentally, physically, and spiritually, we can navigate these waters that we have been called to navigate in this season of our lives. And so every Wednesday, we always try to start with some breathing. So, hey, do y'all mind if we breathe together? So just follow my lead. I'm going to ask us to take in a few breaths, breathe them out slowly so that we can get centered in this place together. And Scott is saying, welcome, Bishop and others. And so, yeah. So let's go ahead and let's do that tonight. Let's get centered. Let's find a level of peace together tonight. All right, let's breathe it in. Exhale it out. We want to release all of those negative thoughts and negative energy and all of those particular things, as we are centering ourselves in this space together. One more time, let's take a breath together. Breathe it in. Exhale it out. One more time. As you breathe in, begin to think about those good thoughts and what you're believing for God to do in this next phase of your life. And then as you breathe out all of those negative thoughts and negative people, negative circumstances. Come on, let's breathe it in one more time. Breathe it in. Exhale it out. Big it up. Yeah. Bishop, I think we are right now. I think we are ready. Now. I see folks in the chat are ready as well. Leanna, Leanna Winstead is in the space with us tonight. She gave the heart emoji. We all feel the love today.
All right.
Uh,
All right.
Yeah, we feel the love together. And so let's talk about it a little bit. A lot of things going on, right? A lot of things going on in our lives and ministry, in our world. Bishop, talk to us about, some of the things that have provided you a sense of comfort, a sense of relief to be able to navigate, these treacherous waters, if you will, called life. What are
Yes.
some tools and things that you might be able to share with the people tonight that you use to help you, to make it through?
Yeah. Well, these are some trying times. I mean, these days, if you're not going through, I think you might not be alive. Everybody I know. Let me say it the way my people would say it. Everybody. I'm from the Lou. I'm from at the STL, so we talks like that. Everybody is going through something, and if you think you got it bad, and then you say, bruh, sis, how you doing? And if they really open up and really tell you, then you'd be like, well, my little bit is light fare compared to your big old heavy load. It is this. These are trying times. I mean, you look up, and it's a war or a rumor of war, and let's be clear, that's on the news is just in part, of the warrings and the fractioning and the struggles people are having across this space and time, and then of course we all are having our own situations, and I say this, I'm reminded of one of my spiritual teachers, Howard Thurman, and he has a piece he did called "Life Goes On," and in that piece, he talks about, we need to be reminded that in turbulent times, and that's the language he uses, we get deceived into thinking that whatever the turbulence is, whatever the distress is, whatever the mass distractions are, that's what they are. They are attempts to get our attention to pay on that stuff, to collapse our hopes, to distill out our security, to become unrooted, to lose our sense of center or mooring. And he says, don't be deceived. It's important in those moments to pay attention to the little graces. And he talks about, he was kind of a naturalist. He talks about the birds. Say, I'm urban. So the birds tweeting and everything, I'd be like, well, okay, that's where you're going. But I tell you, for me, I'm at peace when I hear a little honking of the horn down the street, because bro, them left the alarm is a little sensitive. So when Pookie come down the street barreling on with his bass, it sets the alarm off. There's a little bit of comfort for me when I hear the woo of the popo round the corner. Now he ain't doing much; he just going to lunch, but he flashing the lights and getting on across the street. There's a little sense for me in an urban context of what I'm going to call the little graces. What are the things that are regular and ordinary for you? It's in those places and spaces where we can then be sensitive enough to hear the inspiritedness of that which is around us. We call it inspiration, but the inspiritedness. And
Message.
Okay. What was that? Okay. Message. Oh, I got you.
When I say message, that's something to be thinking about.
Y'all killing me. This generation, I'm gonna have to come on with it. I'm just regular and everything. Got it. But here's the moment. These little bitty graces, the little bit of the what's normal, to get inspirited to then be refreshed enough to wake up and see the brand new mercy. To be ready to be empowered again, afresh and anew. That's why that hymn says, morning by morning, new mercies. So it's like the manna that came down every morning for the Hebrew folk, the Hebrew people that were journeying in the wilderness. They couldn't collect it up, and have it, for leftovers. No, it went bad. I think it's morning by morning we get those new inspiritednesses. So you want to know how I'm getting through? I'm getting through morning by morning. I wake up every morning and I greet folk and they say, "How you doing?" I said, I'm glad to be seen, not viewed.
And that's good. And that's good. You said something that kind of sparked my imagination, right? These little graces. And in the chat, as you were listening to Bishop talk about these little graces, what are yours? What are those things that remind you or give you a sense of calming that, everything is going to be all right? You know what I mean? That this too shall pass. And you don't have to be so deep. You don't have to be so spiritual. I heard Bishop just say, hey, the alarm going off on the cars down the street, a few sirens passing to let him know, hey, I'm where I'm supposed to be in my environment and I know how to navigate this particular environment. But, what is it for you? Drop that in the chat, that in the midst of all of the chaos and craziness, where do you find those little graces? I think it's for me, the pattering of my children's feet, right? And sometimes, just the moving around and just a calling of innocence, if you will, right? A calling of innocence, especially, as adults, right? Sometimes we look back and we say, man, I wish I could go back to that moment. And then that just becomes a refreshing, reflective moment for me saying, this is what life is. It's about these little small moments of joy, of happiness, and just smiling for no reason. I want to hear from you. Those of you in the chat, what are your little graces? Jermaine says keeping his head above water. Obviously, Shakira, yeah, some money on my Cash App.
You made me laugh there, Lady Wade. You made me laugh there just a minute. I tell you, here's another piece of this for me. Y'all remember, y'all know that them songs that make you remember. So for me, I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I remember I must have been about, well, I won't say, but it was in the 60s. I was a young man, young lad. And this song came on, and it's called "Grazing in the Grass is the Gas. Can you dig it?" I don't know. That's some old school right there. So I don't know. Everybody gonna be able to go with me on back that far back. But that song all of a sudden reminds me of when life was easy, when I didn't have not one bill. Yes, Lord. Hallelujah. When I didn't have no worry other than when I was going to get to my auntie's to get that sweet tea she was cooking up for me, because she put that thing on the ledge in the window and she let the sun brew it. And it was the picture she used. She knew how to put the right consistency of sugar and lemon, and it was always good. Never was off. Grazing the grass is a gas. Can you dig it? Takes me back to that, one of those little graces. And every now and then, all of a sudden, I'll be in some turmoil in my head, or I'll be carrying the weight of the world, and it'll pop up. Some kind of songs. That's another moment of grace. One of those little graces.
Yeah, absolutely. Music has a way of doing that for us anyway, right? As a way of reminding us, of a moment of joy, of happiness, and even it causes us sometimes to be reflective, even in those trying moments, right? Just those simple, me as a music connoisseur, I love all types of music and all of those particular things. Um, Thinking about that, as you were speaking, it made me think about old Eddie Kane.
I feel like going on.
Take your time.
You know, you know what I mean?
Oh Lord.
Oh, Eddie Kane, right? That's a story of redemption right there, right?
Don't mess with me with that. I feel like going on. Don't mess with me.
See, for me, that's that little small grace, because that movie, The Five Heartbeats, I love that movie. It's something about that movie. I can sit down and watch that at any moment, and I feel a little bit better, especially that part, right? But you see, Eddie Kane gets a little level of redemption, right, in this cruel, hard world, and he's able to take his hand that used to, navigate a different way, but now is leaning and pointing, to his maker, his Lord, his God. And that's just, for me, that's just so reflective and refreshing from that standpoint. Let me see what people are saying. Oh, look, Jermaine saying 5 heartbeats. And Scott is saying that boy can sing.
Yes, sir. Listen, that movie is
back.
That movie was a good one for me, because I tell you, I had the opportunity to meet Robert Townsend, the filmmaker.
Okay. Okay.
He was a member of a church in Los Angeles, and my dad knew who he was and had conversations with him. So I was out visiting, and got a chance to shake his hand, and this was after that very first movie of his went up, and it was before the Heartbeats movie, but got a chance. He's a really really nice man, and of course, a brilliant actor and artist, these are the makings of the backdrop of our lives, right? These, again, for me, it's these little graces. You want to talk about what keeps us whole, what keeps us well, or can I say it this way? What keeps me glued up?
Yeah.
Because otherwise, I would just have a whole come apart. I done been through a couple of things. I think I might not be by myself. You done been through a couple of things, and if you think on it, too long, for me at least, let me talk for me, I can have a whole come apart. And I'm right on the edge sometimes, can be right in the puddle. And yet what holds me together, that glue that kind of that gels up and congeals, are these moments of reflecting a bit, slowing down, because that's another piece. For me, another piece is don't get too fast.
Yeah.
Slow down a minute. And it don't take a long time to slow down. You just slow down just a second or two, and remember. And now I'm using that term in the putting it back together, right? It's the remember, put the member back. Yeah. To do that again, to refashion ourselves, to remember who we are and whose we are, saying it in a churchy kind of way.
Exactly. And in this space, we talk a lot about taking a beat, right? That it's okay to take a beat, that it's okay to fall back, to renew yourself, to revive yourself, to remember who you are, but just don't stay away. You follow what I'm saying? Just don't stay away. But definitely, it is healthy. And it creates spaces of wholeness and wellness for yourself to stand back or step back, right? So that you can get the larger picture, not only as it relates to things that are happening around you, but also as it relates to things that are going on inside of you. inside of you, right? Hey, listen, I'm going to drop the link up tonight. We're taking your questions. You got a question that you want to drop in the comment section, but certainly you can also pop in on the video tonight if you want to. I'm going to drop the link in the comment section. If you want to pop in, you got a question for the bishop. As I always say, hey, we got a right to answer the question or not answer the question, to keep you up there long or to take you out. You know, I mean, maybe I don't want to say it like that, but to remove you from the stream. So, hey, if you want to pop in with your questions on tonight, go ahead and do it. I've dropped the link in the comment section, but we're also taking your questions. If you have any questions for the bishop or for me tonight, as it relates to how do we stay centered, how do we stay whole, how do we stay connected one with another. And then finally, Bishop, I want to, I know you mentioned Howard Thurman, and Howard Thurman, he tells a story about how when he was young, he saw an old man out planting, I believe it's pecan trees or whatever, pecan, depending on what you're saying. And the man was maybe like 78 years old, and Howard Thurman was young. And so he goes up to the man. He says, "Why are you planting these trees that you will never be able to eat or benefit from?" Right? And then the old man comes to Howard Thurman, and he says, in essence, "Hey, I've eaten off of plenty of trees that I never planted." Right? And so the whole point is, what are we planting for the next generation? Right? What are we planting for the next generation? And so as we are strengthening ourselves now, or getting ourselves together now, what impact should that have towards future generations, and not necessarily just for ourselves, if you will? You want to speak to that?
Absolutely. Boy, you in my head. In this piece, Life Goes On, that I referenced, he ends, his close is, okay, so once you recollect that you need to slow down and take it and be reminded that what you've been experiencing is mass deception. It's an illusion to that which is really right there at you, that to slow down and remember the small graces, the little graces, the things that you can do, like hear the birds, or remember a moment of joy. Be reminded of times that you have had the benefit of the wind of blessing. He then says, listen, you gotta also a responsibility to reach within to the beauty that exists, and to clothe oneself. He uses this language, to clothe oneself with the simple deeds of kindness. And then I like the line he wraps that with. He says, to keep alive a sensitivity to the movement of the Spirit of God. Now, I won't get too deep. I know this piece really well, and so it is coming up in me now, and I feel the preaching getting ready to happen. But for me, it is what you named. You just named it. That we have a responsibility not only to be, get your hallelujah, Holy Ghost shouting good time feeling for yourself, but then we have a responsibility to turn that good feeling into good works. I think I'm in the book. Faith without works is what? Okay, I ain't gonna.
That's the Bible, yo.
Yeah.
You something else. That's the Bible. That's your list. Simple deeds of kindness, right? Yeah. I mean, it ain't got to be real big with it. It ain't got to be no big move. But it is in those moments that God is moving, right? And so it can't be well. Now I'm gonna go to Martin King. It can't be well with me, right? If you not well, right? He said in that letter from Birmingham jail, I can't be over there in Atlanta, having a good old time, chopping it up and living high while you suffering, right? He then talks about the mutual garment of destiny that we are all woven together. So my good time, it ain't a good time until you can have a good time, right? Yeah. And so it reminds us that we are not only whose we are and who we are and whose we are, but it is who we are to each other.
It's connected in our humanity.
Ooh,
yeah, it's connected in. There is no you without us. I think that's that's the point, right? That's the point. And sometimes we miss that, right? We miss that because we live in a world that is so focused on the I, that we miss the fact, man, there is no I without us, right? And we're all trying to navigate this world together. And if I can't see you in your humanity, right? To your point, if I'm having a good time, I want you to be able to have a good time, right? If I'm doing well, I want you to be able to do well, right? If I'm eating, I want to be able to share a meal with you, right? And so it's this ability for us to see each other in our humanity. And that leads to a space of wellness and kindness and joy, going back to your point, right? Just the simple deeds of kindness and all of that good stuff. Yeah, definitely. I'm picking up what you're putting down tonight.
Yeah, listen, and it ain't. I don't want to get it twisted. It ain't the Pollyanna, I'm gonna solve all the world's problems.
Yeah,
right. That it is difficult at best to care for me and mine. Let me just say it like that. I much of my energy got to be spent on what is in my hands, right up here close. However, for me, it is the sensitivity. The Thurman's word, he messes me up all the time. So me and Thurman, I can get in there and then he just turn my whole head and heart and spirit be all tore up while I'm pondering and struggling for the nuances of meaning, right? And I hunger for that because that's what I hold on to when it get hard. And it get hard. That great prophet of God, Marvin Gaye said, make you want to holler and throw up both your hands. I mean, this stuff is, whoo, you just need to walk away from it sometimes. But it is, he names it very clearly and simply. It's the sensitivity to the movement of the spirit. So that sometimes it's just a smile that a turn away, or let me get in the book. A soft answer turns away wrath.
Yeah.
Right. So it is how we presence in that sensitivity to move and flow with what spirit is bringing to us, and it's not hard or difficult, and it's within us already. That's the joy of it. It ain't something we got to go get all deep and get all prayed up over. It's already there. It's already been shined on you. It's already been given to you. It turns away wrath. Just a kind word sometimes, or just a smile on the bus. Or a Negro nod at the right moment on the block. Right. It's not deep. It can be, because Lord knows I need about 10 grand right now. 10 grand would bless my life, Lady Wade. 10 grand in my Cash App would bless my whole. I wait on it too. I let it clear for 4 or 5 days. If I knew it was there, my life I would breathe a little easier. Amen. In the intervening time, these are the things that cause for life and wholeness to have meaning in the turbulent world. Yes.
Right. It's to everything that it's a recognition, one, that we're not here alone, right? That we're not navigating our world alone per se, right? And so when I don't understand that, I don't have the capacity to understand what that smile on the bus might do, or how it can maybe possibly change the trajectory of someone, right? Who may have been just having a bad day, and you pop up on the bus, hey, how you doing? Good to see you. Hope all is well. Type of construct. So for me, it is that recognition that we're not here alone, and that we're all called to wrestle, not only with our individual dilemmas, but also how we navigate our world together. So when we look at the landscape of what we're seeing on the news, that is not just something that's happening over there, but what's happening over there has an impact of what's happening over here. Kind of thinking through things, if you will, from that perspective. Yeah. So I understand that, and I agree with you totally.
Yeah, it is the for a lots of us. I think we overthink it sometimes. We go way past, or we think it is so unattainable that we don't even, appreciate the attempt for grappling with what grace actually means.
Yeah.
As opposed to how we've kind of figured it. We get it all deep. God's unmerited favor, and then we get all deep all up. No, it really I like that. It's just take a beat.
Yeah.
It's fill the lungs up and say thank you.
Yeah.
Right. And be it's a kind of, other traditions would call it mindfulness.
Yeah.
Right. It's if we can get there, if we can, then we can recognize that everything that we need is already, I hear God speaking through the burning bush to Moses. Now, of course, that's kind of creepy. A bush that's burning but ain't being consumed, and I'm talking to it and it's talking back at me. That's a little bit of some Halloween on it. That in your natural, Moses is better than me, because I'd have been hot footing it the other way. But in that moment, that bush is talking, and then the bush says, God says, "What's that in your hand, Moses?" Yeah. The very staff he's used as a shepherd.
Yeah.
God said, place it down, and it becomes both a guide and a weapon.
Yeah.
So it's already in us. It's already in us. And to be reminded of that, especially in these kind of times, I think that's the word for Wade's word. I think that might be the word.
Yeah. It's to your point, it's a sensitivity to understand one. My goal is to always help people to understand you have to be thinking about what is God doing in the larger sense of what's happening in the world, right? What is this narrative? What is the story that he is trying to tell? First of all, in a larger context, and then what role are you called to play in it, right? And so to your point, then this whole grace thing is this whole understanding we all need it. You know what I mean? We all need it, because we all got proclivities, imperfections, and all of those particular things. And we all need a level of grace, not just, as it relates to our sanctification, if you will, even as it relates to our humanity, because sometimes we can want God to give us all of this grace, but then we don't have any capacity to show others grace. We become, if you will, like the Pharisees, right? So heaven bound that we can't really connect and reach and touch our brother and our sister. And so for me, the larger goal of what God is trying to do in the earth is not only getting us to see him, but also getting us to see one another.
Right. And because, quite frankly, we can't see God if we can't see God in each other.
There it is.
You know, that's kind of crazy that you can trust in something you can't really. Y'all know where I'm going with this, right?
Say
You,
what?
Yeah.
you know, it's kind of crazy, you
Yeah.
know, and yet there's something deeply profound to see, to note. There's a West African term called ashe, and you hear the folks that are pro-black and little psychedelic, like they the dashiki folk, they say ashe, and
Yeah.
they don't actually know what it means, but
Yeah.
the actual term means that which is God in you mixing with that which is God like in me. So the God power in you mixing with the God power in me creates ultimate power.
Yeah.
Right? It's a summoning, quite frankly. So when you say ashe, boy, that's a culmination of some stuff, right? And if we would ever really grab a hold to the ashe of it, ashe,
Yeah.
right? Then we
Yeah.
can move some stuff. Then I'm gonna say it this way. Then the popo got something to be really afraid of when we show up on the block.
Yeah,
right?
there it is.
Right? That's some superpower. You want to talk about some superpower? If we could ever harness that, right?
Yeah.
And let me just say, that's why I don't lose hope, because I believe in that. I believe in that power. Right? I believe in that power. I believe that there is still power, wonder working power.
Yeah.
Right? I believe in that thing. And so don't fool around if you want to, and let me ashe on you. Let me ashe on you, right? and watch God move. And each of us, if we would really take a note, that there's some great profundity there, that'll warm our hearts and remind us that that's the answer to the deceptions of the world, right? That the ultimate lie that's out there that says you are not what is just that, a lie.
Yeah,
right?
definitely.
Right? It's not the truth, right? And have you noticed how the truth, how the lie will spread quicker than the truth?
Always. Yeah. Always.
Right? and they'll put that on the front page, the lie.
Yeah.
And then
always.
go to look for the retraction,
right,
on the back page, in the bottom, in the back. Oh, we got that wrong.
If Martin Lawrence had something right, he had this saying right: "Go run and tell that." Meaning,
go run and tell that.
meaning the truth, right? If you're gonna go run and tell anything, go run and tell that, because to your point, right? Folks will share a lie way quicker than they'll share the truth.
That's right.
Share truth. Oh man, hey, it's been wonderful spending these few minutes with you, Bishop, and I know some folk in the comments section, man. Tonight was powerful, and all of those good things from Leanna Winstead. Hey, I'm going to give you the last few minutes, and then we're going to play a little bit of music to get on up out of here. Go ahead and just holler at the folks. Hey, if you have enjoyed Bishop on the night, y'all show him some love.
Actually,
show him some love tonight, because I mean he.
Oh my God!
Yeah, he really blessed us on tonight. He really did. And hey, listen, as I said at the beginning, what we do in this space is supporter sponsored. So hey, put some on it. Put some on it. Put some on the Cash App. We're asking everybody, if you're on the Facebook side, do 300 stars. That's simply $3 tonight. If you're on the Cash App, go ahead and drop Cash App. The information is right there on the ticker. You can do that on tonight. Hey, in order for us to be able to do what we do, it's because you are supporting us in doing what we do. So go ahead and do that. Put some on it. Put some on it. Certainly would appreciate it. Ashe. There we go. So Bishop, I'm gonna give you the last few minutes. Go ahead and speak to the people, whatever's on your heart, as we make our way up out of here.
So let me tell you what's on my heart tonight. I am a dear friend, brother, colleague, elder brother, big brother is making transition, and I'm feeling a little, I'm feeling it tonight. And so for you to have asked me to come, I was like, yeah, because I won't call his name. I'm not that's not what it's about tonight. But he is a giant and will forever be a giant to some of us from the spaces I come from. And I'm thinking about him tonight. And I'm thinking about the many folk that their ministry touched. And here's what I can tell you. There are those among us who are authentic. What do you mean? They just straight up for real.
Yeah.
You know how you meet some folk and you know, ooh, they running game. They got some game. They player. You too much. That's a lot. Right. They do, but then you meet the folk that are for real. Yeah. And my beloved said when I came home many years ago, I said, guess who I just, I've known this person a very long time, but we made a connection and we're gonna probably be pretty close. And my beloved said of them, she said, they the real deal. And you right, them people for, it's some people that's just for right. This it that you and then not only do you recognize them, they also watch this, they also recognize you.
Yeah.
Right. So if you around there being a player, they peeps you too, because that authenticity is a humdinger. So I was reminded of the other night I got honored by the 100 men of color in the area, in the region, and major shout out to Brother June Archer and the team that did that. That was a real cool thing, right?
Yeah.
It was sweet, man, just to get honored, and then they made me the valedictorian of the class. So I got a chance to say something at the end of the thing, right?
All right.
And again, something Thurman said that had me chewing on it. He said, you better be conscious of the sound of the genuine. He was talking about authenticity.
Yeah.
Right. The sound of the genuine that's inside you. That if you don't pay attention to it, if you mess around there and ain't really connecting to your authenticity, you'll run around here at the end of somebody else's stream.
There it is. Yeah.
As a puppet to the puppet master, right? So for me tonight, as we close, I'm really tuned into this sound of the genuine, this authentic, for real you, and that you don't have to wear the mask, Paul and Stone. We don't have to do that. We don't have to put on something, be kind of fake, right? You fake folk.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You got with the fake folk got with fake friends.
Yeah.
They got fake money. They drive fake cars and they have fake hair on. Anyway, it's all of that that go along with that. The genuine.
So I appreciate you. I appreciate you saying. I think, man, this moment was for that moment. What you just articulated, because I have been saying that very same thing for like the last 2 years. that we must learn how to show up in our authentic self. That we must be willing to take off the mask of churchism, be willing to take off the mask of fake and phony, and begin to move in our authentic self And that's how we can create authentic relationships one with another, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't get to know you if I'm not getting to know you.
To know you. I can't
get to know me.
That's right.
Unless you're getting to know me. And so out of everything profound that you said tonight, man, I align and I come into agreement with what you just said, because I feel like that's a confirmation and all of those wonderful things. And man, and just sharing that about, you know, this relationship that you have with your friend, and being able to say it even in this moment. I know this one thing about him and the relationship that we had one with another, that it was in fact authentic.
Authentic. And last thing, that authenticity then calls for you, when you encounter authentic, it calls for you to be authentic.
There it is. You give other folks license and liberty. I think that's the key word, liberty, to be able to be authentic, because it now moves from this kind of, you know, judgmental construct to a non-judgmental space, going all full circle all the way back to what you started off talking about, where we can understand those little small graces. You feel what I'm saying? Understand those little small graces one with another. Man, it has been phenomenal tonight. Hanging out with you, talking to you. We're certainly going to keep you lifted up in prayer.
Please do. Please
not
do.
only for you, but also for your friend and for his family as well, and all of that good stuff. And I think I want to go out with this song. Yeah, let's go out this way. Little 27 seconds, quick, but just, yeah, here it is. Yeah, as we get out of here, let's just keep our head to the sky. Hey, I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure that you get connected in all of our spaces. Obviously, Waves Word of the Day, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, 8 p.m. Wednesday night Wellness Wednesday with my co-host. And Wednesday, big up to Bishop for filling in tonight. Then certainly, Saturday, we got our new program. Make sure that you get connected Sunday on Saturdays, every Saturday morning, 10 a.m., 30 minutes of a little bit of music, a little bit of word. And Bishop, I'm going to invite you one Saturday to come in and just share a little brief word with us on Sundays, on Saturdays. And then obviously we have what we call Sundays with LHBC. That's every Sunday morning, 10:15, where me and the crew come in. A little bit of word from me, a little bit of music from the baddest man in guitar land, and then the discussion of the message on the back end with Deacon Mark and Brother EJ. Hey, I certainly appreciate each and every one of you. It's been a blast tonight, Bishop. Learned so much. Talk to you real soon. We are out of here, everybody. Peace.